Okay, hi GD153. This video, we're going to do this right here. We're going to make a ton of balls on the screen using an array, and hopefully this will show you the power of um, using an array to store a bunch of objects and what you can do with that. So I'm going to restart this, and we're starting simply with this code, which you have. This is the bouncing ball object code. So you can see here I have a class of ball, and it's got a constructor that handles the data for the ball. I've got a bounce function, a bounce method that checks for the sides and switches the direction. I've got a move method that updates the X and the Y, and then I've got the display. So this is what we're starting with. What we want to do now is basically, if I wanted, let's say, 5 balls on the screen, I would have to, make ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, and then I'd have to have ball 1 bounce, ball 2 bounce, ball 3 bounce, that sort of thing. And that gets repetitive. And anytime something's repetitive, there's almost always a simpler way to do it. And that's by using an array. So we're going to make an array. We're going to put a bunch of objects inside that array. So I'm going to start, first thing I'm going to do is actually just initialize that, declare that array. So let balls equals, and I'm just going to set it to an empty array right now. So we're just telling the computer, get ready. We're going to make an array. Stuff's going to come in. Just be able to handle it. I'm going to comment this out for now. I'm going to go down here and create a for loop. And as that for loop loops through, it's going to create a new ball every time through the loop and stick it in that array. So I'm going to say for I equals 0, started at 0, I is less than, let's say, start with 20 balls. We're going to loop through this 20 times. And then I plus plus. Okay. And in here is where I'm going to say balls I. So each position in the index, make a new one. I'm going to copy and paste this right there. So every time through the loop, add another ball to the array at the next index point. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's going to create the array for us, but nothing's going to happen unless we don't call those methods. We don't say ball, bounce, ball, move, ball, display. But we don't have a ball 1, a ball 2, a ball 3 anymore, or we never did. We don't have a ball 1 anymore. We have a list of balls. So in order to do this, all this part here, we're going to have to loop through that array so that we call that method on every single ball inside of the array. So I'm going to say for I, sorry, let, did I do that last time? Forgot to do it up here. Let I, or let I equals 0. I, as long as I is less than, and here we're going to say, we're not going to say 20, we're going to say balls dot length. This is a property that comes from an array, and it's good to use this because in some situations you don't actually know how many things are in the array. It might change according to user input or the weather. I don't know, something could be changing the length of that array. So you can call balls.length and you'll know it'll always work. And I plus plus, so go through this that many times. And then now we can say balls I dot bounce. Spell bounce right. Balls I dot move. balls I dot display. So this is this loop is going to fire off 20 times, and every single time it's going to, first it's going to bounce the one at index 0, then it's going to bounce the one at index 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. It's going to apply these methods, these functions to every ball on the screen. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. Oh man, what did I do wrong? Oh, display doesn't have parentheses. I always do that. There we go. Yeah, so we've got 20 balls going around on the screen. It doesn't look so good. They're all going at the same speed in the same direction. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change the speed to be random -5 to 5. And then again, so we should get them going in different directions at different speeds. That's better. So hopefully this is a good illustration of how powerful it can be to make arrays of objects. And then all I have to do is I could make this a variable. It's going through the loop 20 times, so it's making 20 balls. So I could just easily change this to 50. That's all I have to change in the code to get something more like that. I could make it 100 and we get something like that. So extremely powerful, arrays and objects together. So give this a shot. I've linked to the starting, the sketch with the original ball object in it, and take that and do something like this to it, and that'll hopefully more solidify how arrays work and what they're good at. All right, that's it for now. Thanks.